Hi and welcome to Beyond the Racing Line, the Formula 1 podcast by fans, for fans. We're back. It's been a little while. We had a little rest in there while we were off racing across different states, but back for Singapore Grand Prix, and I thought it was quite a decent race. I'm joined by Tristan Pocock. Hello, mate.
Hello, mate.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm very well.
It's nice to be back.
It is great to be back. Feels like forever, actually.
It does feel like forever, and we've got like a whole extra week wait now before we go off to Circuit of the Americas too. I thought we were having a triple header.
I said the same thing to Shane when he arrived.
Because I think all the social media posters like here are the next three, and I'm thinking, we got a triple header ahead. I love Circuit of the Americas, but
yeah.
Anyway, got to wait. That's fine. Whatever.
Joined by Shane. Hello, Shane. How are you?
Good evening, Roger and Tristan. I'm well, thank you.
Oh, hello.
Oh,
that's all.
There we go. We'll turn him up. What's wrong?
It's very formal.
Oh.
It's good evening.
Yeah.
Very
Good evening.
He's showing his age.
Yes, that's right. Good manners is a thing of the past.
Yeah.
Apologies for missing Baku. We, as we mentioned, we were racing our trikes and it just wasn't going to work. And then we were on holidays and we were away in different states. So yeah, it didn't happen. But we got the win overseas, so it was worth it, wasn't it, Shane?
It was a great win, actually. Yeah, due to strategy, I think.
Yeah,
no, the kids were awesome.
Yep, the kids were good too. But yes,
good, yeah.
Yep, strong strategy, strong kids. And I tell you what, when you can get your parents to do the things they did for us, it's very impressive getting kids up through the middle of the night. Our first 24-hour race, Le Mans style it was, and it was good fun. But
to come from 9 laps down, and to put it in perspective, it's a 1.7k lap. So when you're 9 laps down, it worked out well to get that comeback and win.
Yeah, it certainly was. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We did miss Baku. Is there anything you want to mention about Baku? No? Okay, good.
No,
Let's move on from Baku.
It's not for us.
Not really our race. I'm sure it will pop out throughout. The other thing that I'd forgotten our work our way around the world for drinks, and I sent out a message with only 20 minutes to go before everyone was arriving to let everyone know I'd forgotten to organise a Singaporean drink. What's someone from Singapore called?
Tiger?
Yeah. No, they're not called tigers. What's someone from Singapore called?
A Singaporean.
Singaporean.
It is Singaporean? Yeah, so a Singaporean drink.
I was thinking
yeah.
Makes sense.
And I'd forgotten, and I was meant to go and get some tigers. I don't mind a tiger beer. But Tristan came with the goods. Yeah, it's not quite Singapore, but
no.
The thing about Singapore cuisine is it's actually borrowed from all over the world. So I'm going to assume that it's happened from...
just works. So could have bought anything.
From drinks as well,
could
really.
Could have bought a bottle of water.
Could have, yes.
And it would have worked.
Yes, that's it. But yeah, this one's a Japanese premium draft, actually. Go on, why don't you pronounce it?
Monsuta.
Okinawa Dry. But the best thing about this beer, I haven't opened it yet.
I like the can.
It's got it is a cool design. It's got Braille on the side, and I don't know Braille, so I'm not sure what that says. But at the end of the tab to open this beer is a little divot so that you can get your finger under the opening tab.
Yep.
Isn't that brilliant?
Fantastic.
The design is magnificent.
I could see you doing something like every time you have a can, using like a screwdriver to to create your own little divot before you. That's the type of thing I reckon.
I appreciate that you think that I'm that patient in my life. Sometimes I don't even know.
I like
if you know
it.
me.
See, I'll touch it now for the
Yes.
whole. I'll do that,
and it's a nice touch.
Perfectly.
Yep.
I feel sorry for people with big hands.
Yeah, not a great medium for podcasting because people can't
that.
feel or see this.
No.
However, it is wonderful, and we've talked
go.
about it far too much already. What do you think about the Singapore Grand Prix? It's a great event.
It's a terrific event.
It's not a great racetrack.
No, I love it. I really love it more than anything. It is my all-time favourite one to watch, just the visual spectacle of it all. And the events that we've had in past, I miss the underpass.
Oh, I was about to say the same thing.
And I miss the Singapore sling, where you go, I really do. And I know that the removal of that has helped promote overtaking, but I miss it just in general as a challenge for drivers and watching it. So, I don't know, it's a bit flat. I think the last 2 rounds have been a little bit flat, and I was like,
yeah,
a little bit processional, a little bit of a narrative story to the side, which has annoyed me and angered me at times.
We're going to talk about that in a minute.
It's been a roller coaster of emotions this fortnight, but I was disappointed. I really was, really disappointed.
What do you think, Shane?
Yeah, I didn't like it. And
he's
he's,
really doing
he's
damage.
broken.
Oh, dear.
And it's like Tristan, I love watching it. And
Yeah.
I'm sort of been lucky enough to go a couple of
Yeah.
times. And so I love looking at that and looking at where we've sat, but nothing happened. And I think the coverage didn't help that as well because all those cars
glued to Lando v Max for 90% of the. I even forgot George was winning, and in front we just didn't see George.
Absolutely. And these, you had those 4 cars covered by a couple of seconds, and surely there would have been times they're having maybe a crack.
Yeah.
But no, we
had
watched
Fernando with sort of like the botch stop, but then stormed his way through. I didn't even realise Sainz had gone from like 18th to
20th to 10th.
8th or 10th. Yeah, bottom back to points. Until a social media post came up about it. And I was like, did that actually happen?
Yeah.
Because I didn't see any of it.
How did it happen?
How did that happen? I didn't even know he was still going. So, yeah. Anyway.
It was, it's lost in and out. I feel like it's lost just slightly its spectacularness. Like, you remember, I just remember the glittery Seb Vettel helmet, but car, and then the sparks with all of that. It just doesn't feel like Formula One cars are as spectacular there anymore. And I wonder if it is because there's not the overpass and all those sorts of things. I don't know. It's just it's not quite what it used to be.
I think the rain beforehand and then the sudden drying out of it almost immediately. I was a bit flat on that too.
Yeah,
I was like,
Yeah.
We woke up and we were ready to go, and it was belting rain. I thought, yes, here we go. And then we saw the delay in the broadcast with George coming off under the umbrella while he was being interviewed, and then we go to the track and it's bone dry.
Give me a ranking.
Oh, geez, 5.
Oh.
5, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Give me
6
up to the week before.
6.
Yeah.
See, I still very much enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy Baku. Didn't help that I was half asleep half the time. But whereas I still very much enjoyed it, I think it was still a 7 because there was that sort of, who's going to come second? And I didn't think it looked like George was going to be pretty good, but we have seen them drop off at times, haven't we? And so I was sort of just waiting for something like that to happen. It didn't turn out it did happen here, but I didn't mind it. I'll give it a 7. There is an element, though, at the moment that I'm not loving Formula One because of my investment in a certain person at the moment.
Good.
It's doing my head in. I really enjoyed when Dan wasn't competing and we weren't expecting too much from Oscar. I was enjoying every aspect of Formula One again, and now so much of my enjoyment in Formula One is so based on how Oscar's travelling. And it's so weird because I really don't dislike Lando. I love Lando Norris. I think he's a brilliant driver in so many ways, and it's crippling my enjoyment factor at the moment. Just the stress of the championship. I'm still very much enjoying it, but yeah.
Me too.
The Sky coverage is actually making people not like Lando because they rave on about him. Like, he could fart in the car and they tell you about it.
Yep.
Oh, that was a bit of a short fart there, wasn't it?
Yep.
So
it's an interesting one at the moment.
Sounds like something my 4-year-old would say to describe it. I'm like, yeah, okay, mate, whatever, sure.
Oh, it is, but it's just everything. The whole coverage they just showed Lando and
agree
Max,
with you.
and they just talk everything. And Lando's had a great start, and Lando's done this, and Lando's done. It's like, yeah, okay.
And I've been thinking about that a lot myself. Like, we've seen title battles in the past, and I know that I've become really biased this year towards Oscar and being in it. And I've sort of found myself going from anxious over a weekend, like how are we going to go, but more like that excitement of anxiousness, that these narratives and the way that it's being, I guess, like broadcast and put out to us as fans is starting to become a little bit sour. I think the way that McLaren are going about it, I've gone from, okay, this is different, to, yeah, you're doing a pretty good job. I think we talked about that last episode. Like, we're doing a pretty good job at managing it, to now it's starting to become a little bit sour, and I'm thinking you're trying to control things that you really don't need to be controlling.
Yeah, the narrative that he wasn't interested in celebrating with the team was just that. It's just that element is like, is that really true? And it wasn't. But he did celebrate with the team.
I am also finding the broadcast incredibly difficult to want to have on. And it's little things like, Ted was the one that really ticked me off on the weekend with that collision with Charles and Lando. And if you weren't watching the screen, you would think that Charles had his family hostage ready to murder all of them. The way that it was sort of blown. And I'm thinking, and then you watch it back and you think, oh, could have seen that.
It was a pit lane incident.
Yeah, and it's little things like that where I get we're trying to entertain, and we're trying to build it up, but it's starting to become a bit of an us versus them. I think fans are divided. And I don't know.
Do you think they are, though? Or do you think this is what they're trying to create? So I'm not convinced that they are.
See, I read a lot of the social media on the Tuesday morning.
Yeah, you can't get lost in social media.
No, but I look at it as just from a fan base. Like you look at the two fan bases and the way they comment, and there's a real divide. And it's not like a friendly divide either. You can see it in the comments, especially on what McLaren do and on what F1 put on theirs, and you can see that incredible divide. We've had a Max and Lewis divide before, but this, when you go through the comments and read it, it feels...
Yeah, so you're going to the worst place in the world.
No, but that's sort of where I read it. And I think,
but that's not the general consensus.
But it's things
if you
like
want to find the worst, you go online and find it online. I'm not convinced that people are invested as what you'll necessarily see online, but I don't think they're invested as much in the hatred either way. I find it really interesting. I was saying to Shane also today, I find it really interesting that we think that Oscar's been hard done by a couple of times, and that the team potentially, or Zach Brown wants Lando to win.
Yeah.
A lot of the English fans are thinking the opposite. Yeah. They think that everyone's biased towards Oscar and that they want him to win the World Championship. And I find
it's too real.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not entirely sure that there's that hatred though. But I find it very interesting that that's.
Oh yeah, so not hatred towards one another.
Yes, but I find it really interesting that there's such polar, opposite opinions on that situation.
Yeah.
But it's not the Poms that are creating the memes because all the memes you ever see are about McLaren favouring Lando. Yeah. They're actually quite funny.
We've not gone racing like this before with two title contenders either.
Not for a long time.
No, this whole umbrella of it's just it's fairness across the board. And I'm sure teams have done it in the past, but I think the openness of it and just laying it all out there about how fair we're going to be, and then making little decisions like Monza a couple of weeks ago is probably the one.
Yep.
That I think a lot of people are referring to is where we had the slow stop and then we asked for the swap back.
Yep.
And I think it's that openness of being asked to do that, and then we've got Oscar doing that kind of stuff. It's a really different way that we've gone racing, and I don't know, I'm starting to not enjoy it. I'm more of that traditionalist where I think if you're going to do it, I'd probably prefer you just hide it from me.
It feels a little bit like that's going out the window more and more now. The championships, constructors wrapped up. I think it will get a little bit more like let's just get into it.
But then I don't know that I'm gonna like that.
No, because
we've gone from being fair and then we've won the title, and now suddenly
gloves are off.
We don't care anymore. I feel like if we do that, it's going to compound the way that I go about watching and supporting and enjoying it. I think it's going to make it worse.
Yep.
So there's a lot going on that is sort of new to us, I think, as fans.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now they're building that narrative that Oscar's leaving the team, and they've had people questioning Mark Webber about the fact, and then Mark Webber didn't play it down, but he played it down for the immediate future, so it's not happening next year. But that Ferrari link.
But then, if you sat down and thought about that for a half hour or so, you can see
exactly why you
could
would do
slowly make sense of where that would work and why that would work. And there is. And there was the report the other week of Charles shopping around because the Aston seat is probably going to be there based off Fernando's comments that if we're successful, I'll go, but if we're not, then I'll stick around and leave on a high note. And then you've got Charles's management going, or
attempt to leave on a high note. Yeah, I found that quite funny. But yeah,
I thought so too. Like thinking about that,
Fernando's getting more unusual by the week at the moment. He used to be really unusual. He went into being this jolly, happy-go-lucky guy, and he's gone back to being quite unusual this year.
Yeah.
Like the comments at the start of the year, I'm not going to talk to you after certain times. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to give you straight answers. He didn't follow any of those things up. But then he gets quite grumpy at other drivers. He gets
grumpy at his team.
And then he's helping Bearman through, and bought a lot. Bortoletto. Yeah, so he's helping him through, and it's just
and then the excitement with his overtake the other day was quite funny.
It's like it was the greatest person in the world. So it is a very interesting season at the moment. It's 6 races to go.
Yeah.
22 points in the championship. It's things are teetering, I think, in lots of different areas. So yeah, it's an interesting one. It's nice to be back talking about Formula 1 though, isn't it?
Maybe Oscar just needs to employ the Michael Schumacher strategy each week.
Well, just take him out?
Yeah, take him out.
It'll work for a week and then you're going to lose.
You can lose it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, but you can always just park on the grid somewhere and wait for him to come around when you start on the back of the grid. And here he comes, man. We'll see like you do on the PlayStation.
We'll see how long that'll last for. Yeah. Let's get into the race. I mean, George Russell, like you said, you wouldn't have known it, but George Russell had a weekend from nowhere because he had a crash in 2 practices or 1 practice?
One practice. I think
there was another issue in another practice.
Yeah, he felt not confident.
Yeah.
He said, I don't feel confident.
Yeah, and so it was
turn 16 or turn 6, he put it in the wall.
It was not going well. I mean, they were predicted that there was a bit of a watch on them to see how they would perform. But yeah, he was sort of making it look worse. Kimi Antonelli, on the other hand, was looking okay. And then, he pulled out a couple of absolute donking laps in qualifying, didn't he?
I tell you what, I don't know if this is my overreaction to this, but I thought that was the qualifying lap of the year. Like, I've watched it 5 times over, and even watching it live, it was phenomenal.
But there was 2 of them.
It was
the other one was slightly slower.
Yeah, he went 100th up in the next one. It was a phenomenal lap, and it was a type of lap that if you watched Max do that, you would just sit back and just go, yeah, well, what a freak. It was very much like I started to draw comparisons to Jeddah, that lap that never was for me. And it was just millimetres from the wall. And it wasn't the type of lap that you really associate George with, is it? That just balls to the wall, I'm either going to win it or bin it. And it was just, I thought it was one of the moments of his career, to be quite honest. I can't applaud it enough. Yeah. I thought it was just unbelievable.
And when we've had such close qualifying, to be 2 tenths up on the next person and another couple of tenths up on Oscar, it was like, wow.
He was the difference, wasn't he?
He was, and he was looking good on the mediums too. I think the first run was on mediums as well, so he was the outlier and had the tyre offset as well there. But it was phenomenal, and it was a real turning point. And,
I mean, for George, he's been known as a Mr. Saturday, not being able to convert to a Sunday.
Yep.
And I tell you what, he also had not that we would know because we didn't see enough of him.
That's right.
He controlled that race just beautifully. Built a nice little gap because you do need a little gap here.
Yep.
You don't have to make it ridiculously big because you're likely to lose it. But he did build a nice little gap. He made sure that things were under control where he'd have a lap or two if someone tried to undercut him.
Yep.
And just seemed to, not that we saw all the laps, that seemed to just drive away with it nice and comfortably. And one of his best weekends, if not his best weekend, I would have thought as a driver.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe the Brazil weekend where he dominated might have been better, but
Yeah.
But he must have had a fair bit of fuel on board too because he didn't control the race. When I say control, in the past they've just gone slow because no one can overtake and it's all just bunched up. He went for it.
Yep. No,
he did. I think Max's offset on the soft probably forced him into that hand, where being that but unfortunately it was a U set for Max as well. And I think that sort of forced him to have to skip on down the road because that threat of Max in P2, which, again, what a qualifying for him.
Yeah, I think in the end he controlled it because it wasn't a huge margin in the end, and being Singapore, you've got a bit of margin for error, haven't you, in terms of as long as you're enough ahead. But he just seemed to control it so nicely and skip on down the road and enjoyed things very well. So good for a man that's not under contract next year, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's an unusual situation that they've found themselves in.
Well, I have been reading up on that, and from what I can gather on the sites and the journalists I follow on Twitter and that, it's more about the PR and the image work, which is it's very similar to Lewis going from McLaren to Mercedes all those years ago, where it was a lot about him controlling his personal image and the way that he puts himself out there with sponsors and stuff. So George wants a little bit less PR and wants a little bit more control over him and his image and what he does, which it seems to be a thing at the moment. I think Max has sort of set that tone.
Well, Max created that with Red Bull. Yeah.
Yes, because it was his manager that said, "Hey, these aren't the activities that are becoming of a 4-time world champion. We're going to take these little games away and stuff like that," which I don't mind from seeing from time to time. It's not something I'm desperate to tune in for, and if I lost it, I'm not upset. But you're right. Max does what he wants because
Yep.
But he's earned that right to do that, I guess. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, you get a few more bits and pieces, don't you, when you put a weekend like that in? So
that's right. Look,
he's probably lost a few hours of things he has to go and do. And but yeah, it'll be an interesting little watch to see how long his contract is, because that's the other watch, isn't it? In terms of how long are they going to lock him in for? And yeah. At the moment, you couldn't back Antonelli in over George. George is doing everything that he should be doing.
No, I think from most reports is that they'll stick with both of them.
No,
they have confirmed.
They will stick with both, but in terms of locking him in for a long term...
How long would you lock George? If you were Toto...
It's an interesting one, isn't it?
And you were going to make that call on both of them, how many years would you go for both?
Antonelli, I'd be going on a year.
I'd go the same, like that Bottas sort of. I'll give you one more.
And just let's see him develop, and you just sell it to him like, well, you're going to show us in this year that we can't lose you, and then we'll pay you properly.
Yep.
And give you the longer term deal.
George, how long would you lock away George for?
Well, the problem with George is that Max could be available, and that's the thing. They don't want to lock away a number one driver when Max could pop up.
Do you not want Max and George in the same team?
Well, you could, yeah. I guess
it'd be an interesting watch.
You'd get,
and that's so yeah.
Jimmy then, but yeah.
For me, I'm locking George in for. Are they going to be able to replace him? He's a very, very good driver. Could they replace him with somebody? I feel like
could, maybe only Leclerc.
You might be able to talk an Oscar into it, or a Norris if that situation sours in any way.
I think
a Leclerc.
Yeah. See, I'd lock him away for 2 with the trigger for a third. And then I think George would probably want that too, because with the new regulation coming in, you don't want to lock yourself in for 5 and then turn up day 1 of 2026 and be at the back of the field and then just go, crap.
Yep.
I think a lot of drivers will do that. They'll give themselves the option for move.
Yeah.
To wherever.
After
the first
2
year.
with the trigger of 3 would be right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You also want to give it a couple of years.
Of course you do.
Even if you do start poorly, we have seen teams probably turn things around a little quicker than what we have in the past. I think these new rules have allowed for catch-up to happen.
Yeah. But I mean...
apart from McLaren, though, have we really seen someone really turn it around?
Williams has come from a long, long way back, and they're not...
I guess I'm thinking about wins, yeah. I'm loving the fact that Williams...
they're not the same size as McLaren.
Yeah.
I must be honest, I was expecting Aston Martin to be further along by now.
Yeah, I'm surprised at that too.
I'm still expecting it.
I think they've got to really make that massive step. I mean, we had that year, didn't we? Where suddenly Fernando was third and second. We thought, okay, this is it. And I think within the next 2, like, this Newey move's got to work.
The Newey move has to work with the new regulations. Yep. I mean, if it doesn't happen next year, I would have concerns for them.
Yeah, I think you've got to say 2 more, and then after that, if it's not coming together after 2 more, you'd start asking the question like we did of Haas and just go, all right, what are we doing? Like, are we getting a little bit more? I think,
Red Bull will be the other watch, won't it? Which way does Red Bull go without all their key pillars that they've had and been so successful with?
At the moment,
can they rebuild?
At the moment, it seems to be the answer is yes.
Yeah, but none of that's got to do with anything.
You're right.
That's happened.
They've got their man that does it for them on the track.
And they're relying on that.
But
really.
it's all. But what they're working with at the moment, it's already set in place before Horner left.
Yeah.
Newey, on the other hand, well, I mean, he would have set up most of this car. It's just he hasn't been able to fine tune it. So now they've fine tuned this car, it might be slightly different. But yeah, I think next year for me is the watch on Red Bull. They're going to have to create this car from scratch without all those key pillars, and so that'll be the interesting watch. But yeah, they might be able to make it happen. Who was second in this race? Oh, Max Verstappen. Oh no, sorry, we need to go to the teammate. So Kimi Antonelli, 5th position.
I thought it was a really fabulous weekend from Kimi. And a really good result.
Fabulous is a big word.
It is, because he has been having a shocker. He had a shocker month, and then that was a result on merit for me. So a really, really fabulous weekend.
I'll give it a good result.
Okay.
Fabulous, I think, is very strong. Okay. Yeah.
He actually overtook someone.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Like he's. I agree with Tristan. He's been down, and people have thought, that he's had all these races developed, and he seemed to be falling further, apart from his podium, falling further away from George. But no, it was a good weekend for him.
What was he, 5th in the end?
Yep.
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 Yeah, no, I'll go good. Yeah, I wouldn't go...
5th in the end. In the end, he was 33 seconds behind the winner. In a race with no safety car, amazingly.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
It's only the second time, I think.
Was it last year that there was a race? Was it last year that there was a race and there was no yellow flag or anything that they were talking about?
I think so, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
$4.25 that was paying as well. Just
there you go.
Did you get on?
No, I didn't actually, but I did get on Max because I just had a gut feeling. The whole talk of he's never done it. He's never been on pole at Singapore. He's never done, and I just thought
they had 3 laps.
Yeah.
Before this week.
Yeah, and I just
had 3 laps.
I did have 10 on Max because just my gut was like, oh. There's so much.
What was Max paying?
He was $9.
$9?
Yeah,
that is good value.
And I thought, there's just so much talk of it out of nowhere. We don't talk about it every year. We just know there's garbage there. And my gut sort of told me, you know what?
Well, they turned it around last year, and so I'm with you, because listening to the pre-race, they're like, oh, no, they turned it around last year. I was like, yeah, you know what, they did.
I was like, this is
and it's probably running better now than it was. Yeah,
just had that feeling that this is going to be it. And nearly.
Yeah.
Nearly.
Yep, not far off.
No points for nearly, though.
No. But it was a strong weekend for Max, wasn't it?
Brilliant. Really good. Really good.
Is he in the championship hunt?
Oh, if he had have won on Sunday, I would be here saying yes, if he had have won. And he maybe did, but it's a little bit for me like Lando was last year with him, is that a lot of people are saying
he needed those 7 extra points.
Yep, he's there, but then he's really not there, is he? I want him to be in it.
There is no way Max is in this.
No, and yeah.
Let's be realistic.
I want him to be
Max
in it.
Don't tell McLaren this. Keep it a secret from McLaren, because I think it's good for Oscar if McLaren thinks that this is on. But no, he's not in it. And like you say, we were realistic last year about Lando. I think people need to be realistic this year. They're just trying to drive it in there. But it's an interesting side watch, isn't it? So let's see how close Max can get, because they seem to have turned things around a little bit, but we haven't been back to a track that is usual yet. Like we've been from Monza through to Baku to Singapore, all very unusual tracks. This is the track I'll be watching to see where everyone's at. Is McLaren still at the top of the pecking order?
Yeah, we're going to second.
High speed, some high speed turns. I'm sort of hoping.
Yeah,
fingers crossed
for McLaren.
Oh, for Oscar.
Yeah, well, yes, yeah. But no, I think that it should suit them again. But yeah, it's just to watch. It's been a little while since they've been at the top of the tree. So
I would love to see Max in, and I really would. I would love to come back in 2 weeks, and if we had a double McLaren DNF, as much as that would break my heart, and then a Max win, and then if we can inject him into this, legitimately, it's a whole nother level of racing on top of that, isn't it? Because he can do it.
And
you look at him,
he's
and
an
you
incredible
think,
driver.
You just look at what he does, and you think, I won't be shocked if we're here in 6 weeks' time, and that he's won it. I wouldn't be like, I can't believe that. It's just the type of thing he'd do.
Now, points on offer here. What happened to Yuki this weekend?
What happened to Yuki? Oh, not good. 14th, was it? Was it 14th?
No, and the rest, I think.
Yep, 12th. He was 12th.
12th. Yeah, no.
12th, he did qualifying.
Sorry.
Q2 in qualifying.
Yeah.
13th in qualifying. 12th in the race.
So, no.
Yeah, not a pass.
No, I said points are a pass.
He did have the old... Max had an upgraded wing, front wing.
He had the upgraded wing last week too, so I think Yuki's still waiting on his wing, which should be here next week.
He got beaten by Hadjar, he got beaten by Behrman, he got beaten by Alonso. Yeah, it is hard. It is hard to be hard on him though, because no one's been able to make that thing work. So, other than Max, I guess, but
I still want to paint a racing bull as a Red Bull and just see what happens.
Yeah,
throw both of them in there and see how much around that car design that suits. And then you could turn around. It could be that Max then throws that racing bull into a win. But anyway, that's obviously not allowed to happen. But
Lando Norris, he was quick off the line, and that was pretty much the big event of the race, wasn't it? Quick off the line, got a little bit busy into the first set of corners, and managed to hustle his way into third position. For me, I thought it was a good move. I thought it was good racing driving. I understand why Oscar was a bit grumpy about it, and you give drivers a pass for when they're in the car and in the heat of the moment to say things. When they get out of the car, you want to see the restraint. I think we saw enough of that from Oscar, but for me, it was all good racing. Make your complaint because that's good politically for Oscar, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah.
I do worry that, he's probably looking a little bit sour about it. But no, for me, it was a good move. What do you think, Tristan?
Yeah, it's a racing move. Yeah, racing incident. It's nothing untoward. I think...
We'd be proud of Oscar if he did it, wouldn't we?
Yeah, absolutely. I think if he hadn't gone in... I know, I can see where the hit into Max and the bouncing off that has played a part in that.
Yep.
But yeah.
It seemed to be that second little touch of the thing.
Just got that understeering. But I kind of agree with what Lando was saying. I think he would have got him anyway, up the inside and around.
It's funny, the starting point... Oh, sorry, Tristan.
And when you look at the above shot, you can see that Oscar's on that apex of that.
Yep.
And he couldn't accelerate on it.
Yep.
So Lando was gonna get him.
It's worse. It's worse on board. All the other angles looked fine, and then it's worse on board. You see how hard he did bang into him.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see a bit more of that.
Would Oscar have been thinking about last round and the false start and just being a little bit?
So Oscar's start was fine.
Yeah.
He got caught behind Max.
Yeah.
Max, there was a bit of a door open. It closed on him, which he sort of had to have a look at that in case it didn't close, because he would have driven around the outside if Max is going to have to close the door on somebody else. But so it closed on him, which stopped his momentum, which gave Norris... It's happened a few times this year where I think second place has been in this situation where they've had to slow for the driver in front that's done some slowing and allowed people to go around. So, I wouldn't even blame Oscar too much for the start. But, you'd certainly give Norris some credit for that because he's about one of the only drivers from around that area that sort of moved up straight away. So it's a good start from him. Other than that, he drove pretty well, didn't he? Oscar didn't seem to have the pace.
No, he didn't. He just, that you would have thought that would have sparked him up, but he just drifted 5 seconds behind and then slowly came back a little bit. And then I guess it was probably highlighted at the end that because Max was having the trouble in the traffic, that it got so close in the end, the 2 seconds. But he just didn't seem to have it. And Lando had a damaged front wing as well, and he still...
Doesn't seem to make any difference.
Should it have been black and...
No.
In 2022 at the same track, that happened to a Haas.
It did. Yeah. It happened to Magnussen. That was my first thought.
And that's the wrong call. The Magnussen one was the wrong call. That held on for the rest of the race.
Should they have changed it pit stop? I thought they were going to. I thought they were going to be asked to change it at the pit stop.
I guess they had that data and it wasn't slowing him down and slowing...
Yeah. It didn't even seem to be wobbling around. It actually seems stiff, but just on a different angle.
Maybe both sides will be like that next week.
I was going to say, I think teams can probably get rid of the end plates because I've seen this happen a lot.
How often do you see someone lose a part and they're quicker? Yeah. It's incredible
Unless
to see.
It's the floor.
Or a gaping hole in the side pod.
Yeah. But, it was a pretty decent run, wasn't it?
It was. Oscar sort of missed that trick at the end, that slow pit stop.
I thought, my mind went straight to Oscar's conserving tyres.
Yeah, I think it's something that
I think he probably did do that.
Yeah, I think so too.
And then hoped the race would come back to him, and then the pit stop sort of screwed that idea in the end. Thoughts on asking permission to pit your other driver?
See that? Yeah. I hated that.
I'm getting over that sort of conversation.
Because you sort of throw the question out, name me another team that asks another driver who they would like, and I hate that. That's probably, God, geez, I reckon that'd almost be the thing at the moment for me that I've hated the most. Like, since when does a team ask another driver who they would like? Like, make the decision. Yeah. Toto Wolff would not turn...
I wouldn't mind if they said... If Oscar said, right, I want to pit, or Oscar's race engineer said, right, we want to pit, and then they say to Norris's side, right, Oscar's pitting this lap, would you like to pit instead? And he's allowed to take that opportunity.
Yeah, it's not...
But you can't
Lando's
go, no,
decision.
We're not pitting yet.
Yeah.
We're holding
Sorry,
off.
Oscar, we can't. Because I think the threat from Charles was legitimate, that it was going to be there. But it's not Lando's decision when the team... A little bit for me was, suck it up, make the call, you're the team, because Toto Wolff would not ask his drivers who he'd like to pit. Christian Horner would not ask it. Fred Vasseur would not turn to Charles and say, hey, would you like to let Lewis pit? Make a little bit of, put your big boy pants on and make that call
Oscar's going to pick this lap if you don't.
Yeah, separate yourself from team and driver, and I think it was little bit of that has got to come out of it. I did not like that at all.
I don't think that threat from Charles was that close. Like he still ended up coming out with his crappy pit stop. He came out 3 seconds ahead.
It was realistic though.
He still had 2 more laps up his sleeve.
Yeah. But I think just to ask the other driver what you'd like to do.
With the other driver.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And it more puts it on that it's Lando's decision as to who pits first.
Yeah, I don't mind him having rights over every lap.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I like what you
Oscar's
said.
pitting this lap.
Hey, we're making the call. He's coming in. You just let us know what you think.
Yep.
And I feel like if they had have pitted him, they would have asked him to drop back. But then I wonder if Oscar would have played ball in the mindset.
I hope he
was
doesn't
in.
from here. I hope he doesn't from here.
I saw a really great quote from Lewis and Echoes, which come out today. They said, "Have you got advice to Oscar on what he should do in the championship?" And Lewis's comment is, "Stop giving positions back."
Yep. I don't swap positions anymore.
And you know what? Yeah, Lewis doesn't do it. Max doesn't do it, and that's why they're the champions that they are. I can see them. Yeah, they need to stop doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably the right path to be going down. Yep. McLaren's the first team to try and attempt this method. Yeah. It's working for them fine.
Yeah, but it's gross.
It is working for them fine, but yes, it is. Yeah,
it
feels a little bit kinderish, doesn't it, at times?
Hey, do you think Max held Lando up on purpose in the distance that he held from him? Because he was fired up after quali, and his comments were, "This will be remembered." Do you think that Max held him?
Held him up where?
Held him just around the last 10 or so laps at that.
No, well, Max was having issues by then, wasn't he?
The
car was.
I saw his Instagram post of the gap with just no caption, and I thought, did you do that on purpose?
What? See if Oscar can catch him.
Yep, just deliberately hold him.
I reckon Max would have been better at it if you want to do that. There's nothing stopping him from doing it.
I don't know what Lando would be getting upset about because they back each other up all the time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, It's they get so precious, don't they?
They do.
But they are meant to be besties, like very drivers.
He was fired up after quali. He was not. Champiero's comments were, "You can thank your mate."
See, I thought he was talking about Russell to start with.
No,
when I was watching it at the time, I thought he was talking about Russell. I was like, "Well, it wasn't Oscar." I was like, "Hang on,
it's type of thing."
I don't remember Russell being on the same part of the track. And then Charles Leclerc.
His helmet was nice. He had he wore the red helmet or whatever it was, and then changed to the blue one. In the second, that was nice, but he just wasn't...
Probably the extent of his weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah, basically.
He had a nice helmet. He had a nice helmet.
He crashed into Lando in the pits.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, no, I thought...
He did actually hit him hard in the pits, didn't he? Like, there was... What was the pit man thinking?
Well, it was just...
It was
just a thing, wasn't it?
Like, it was a blatant hit.
It was just nowhere... Lando did accelerate a little bit, though. Like, I don't think he's fully innocent in the way that all came down. He accelerated when he came out to try and beat him, and he played a part in it. Lando's fault.
I think he thought that, he'll see me.
Or he'll stop.
And stop.
And he just didn't stop.
And he didn't even look. You watch Charles, and Charles just trusts his jack man.
Of course, Jensen Button was perfect. So you don't look left or right when you come out.
Yeah. So he didn't even look, and I think Lando was expecting him to look, and he just didn't. And then,
do they need a minimum pit lane speed?
Well, they upped it to 80 k's this weekend.
No, that's
the maximum.
That's the maximum you can go in pit lane.
Why?
Well, to stop any potential.
Look, I just think
just stopping and slowing up, and if he knew he was going to be going at 80 k's an hour, or 60 or 50, he mightn't have taken that.
I think it's just...
Jack person might have taken it.
Look, it's just part of racing. It is what it is.
They just got it wrong.
They just got it wrong. You get it wrong all the time.
Did they get a penalty?
No.
They didn't get a penalty.
Nah, fine. Fine it generally is. I think it's a fine. It's a $5,000 fine, €5,000 fine, pound, whatever it is. But if you ask Ted Kravitz, Charles murdered his entire family.
It was a silly move. But yes, it was. It didn't. Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't what it was.
The uproar that.
Lewis was having a good little.
Lewis is having
up in
the last 2 rounds.
Yeah, he's having a decent weekend for Ferrari stakes here, and then lost all his brakes, and then finished the race without brakes. Yeah. Couldn't you really drive around that track without any brakes?
Well, it was. What was it?
There must have been something.
He lost 43 seconds for the last lap.
43, and was it 2020? Oh, year escapes me. 2020 at Silverstone during COVID time, when Max hunted him down. And he had a flat tyre and did the third of the lap on a flat tyre. It was very similar to that too. penalty. He was penalised. He got 5 second penalty for Black. Do you think that's fair?
No,
it was a track limits one, so he obviously just had enough.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, track limit violation.
Was it that, or was it for the?
No, it was because of the brakes. He then was going off track and cutting corners, and because he couldn't control it in those first few, he had his strikes already.
Yes, I did see that.
Yeah, so then he got it. I don't know. Oh, geez, to have no brakes.
If it's track limits, that's fine.
And you saw him go. They went big too, and I'm surprised he kept going. But I mean, you got a lap to do. You just
and they went for that 2-stop. And obviously he got obviously got helped out with, Leclerc he passed, and he was just about to do it on Kimi, and then they went.
Then all went. Yeah, so no, it was like Shane said, he's turned it around a little bit, little bit.
6th and 8th though.
Yeah, and that's like he was going to be 5th, wasn't he?
But I'm comparing it to against Charles, where most of the year he's been like he's out qualified, I think, the last 2 rounds.
Yeah,
and he's.
Yeah, well, I was expecting to see to have Ferrari sort of pop up eventually. They eventually get there in the season and they show something and then they get you a bit excited for the next year. I don't think we're actually going to see it this year in the end. I think that's...
Are we going to have a win? You said a month ago, you said they're going to win one.
Oh, I thought they might have won Monza, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, they've slipped back again. Like, they were faster than Mercedes.
Is their last chance Vegas? I think Vegas is a potential for them, but
got this, it's a long straight.
No, I think it's probably Max's opportunity at Vegas. Yes. That Red Bull's elite in the high speed. So no, I would be saying no. Very much. It'd
be interesting.
I would
be interesting. I don't think they're going to win.
I think
that'd be their chance.
I'd have a Williams over a Ferrari at Vegas in the high speed.
Oh, good Lord, here he is.
I would.
He's on.
I'm not on
all
it.
Aboard.
No, I'm not on it. But I'm just
Williams bandwagon.
I'm just saying I'd have them above Ferrari.
You'll probably give him Williams 3 votes for that too.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I'll reach out to Chris and see if we got.
Your man Fernando, he's being weird. We've talked about that.
But he's doing great things.
He's grumpy. He's grumpy at Hadjo. He's grumpy at Lewis.
And he's finishing 7th.
He's grumpy at someone else too, wasn't he?
And then he was just very excited with himself with his overtake.
Look at me.
I think he's like, when Seb had his sort of retirement phrase that we loved.
Oh, he's not doing that.
He's going through that, but
without the love part.
Like it's not cool.
Yeah,
it's not funny.
Yeah, he's losing.
Stop.
He's losing his marbles.
Yeah, it's when the uncool kid at school tries to be funny, and then it's awkward. Yeah, so no, don't do that.
But a great comeback from that. Pit stop.
Looked for all intensive purposes that it was going to be a 7/8, and he was just they'd stuffed it again, but far out.
And the hero of the day, and this is my hero of the day, he's actually his teammate who just stayed out there so long on the soft tyres.
48?
Something like that.
48, something like that.
No one could get past him. Fernando cruised up behind him, and then they pitted because they were all waiting for that safety car.
Yep.
They pitted and they were behind Fernando. So, I mean, that's probably the hero. What a team. What a man. That's probably another year's contract. What a man. Lance, probably another 5-year contract.
He doesn't have a contract. He just drives. He just drives. He doesn't have a contract at all. I'm absolutely sure.
Hang on, let's think about it. What would happen if Lawrence Stroll kicked the bucket now? Would Lance be left the team, which means he could then drive to his 60? He would own the team.
If he hasn't got a contract, they can't break it. So he'd probably just keep on driving forever.
That's what I mean.
It's probably a never-ending contract. He might
if something untoward happened to Lawrence, Lance might inherit the whole team and he could just drive. We haven't known a driver since, Jack Brabham, I think.
Yeah. It'd be interesting.
Sidetrack.
Yeah. He finished in 13th, but, like you say, remarkable effort. What have we got? Oliver Behrman. Again.
I thought it was fantastic. His qualifying was brilliant. He was on it all weekend. It was a very, very good weekend.
Some of our rookies are really performing.
Very, very good weekend. He's just, you don't know he's there until he does something like this. I think it's
we didn't know he's there because we only knew about Lando and Max. But
yeah. But it was solid. It was solid. He needs to have a solid 6 races from here because Oliver Behrman generally makes a stupid mistake from here. He shows something, you're like, ooh, look at him, here he is. And he goes and does something a bit, speeds under the safety car for no reason. His teammate was a long way back, 17th, 18th.
18th a lap down.
Yep. Pointless in Formula 1. Wonder how long Ocon's got in Formula 1.
Where is he on your whiteboard? You going to do anything with the whiteboard this
He's
week?
a pretender.
Pretender.
He's a pretender.
Can you do something with the whiteboard
Oh,
for
I
us
might be able to do
before
something for you.
before the
Might be able to ring something
episode's
out
out, please?
for you. Okay, all right,
Thank
maybe.
you.
Carlos Sainz in the Williams.
In the Williams, last
20th to 10th.
Well, but before, I mean, they were cheating, but
Yeah,
no, they weren't cheating. They weren't cheating, but
No, they were.
so they got disqualified from qualifying, and they were looking okay. They weren't looking amazing. It wasn't like
I
this
thought
was
they were looking very good.
wasn't like this was a rocket ship though.
No, but
they
but
made
they
it to
were,
Q2.
They
but
made it to
missed.
Q2, but even throughout the practice session, he was third.
Oh yes, no, sorry, through that, but like
Third.
qualifying it wasn't like they qualified well into the top 10.
I found that it's a little bit of a theme. Like you'll have practice sessions where they'll pop up, but then quali comes and bang, back down they go.
Yeah, but but then to finish in 10th was a great effort
That's
considering
really good.
that wasn't a rocket ship.
No,
So,
no, not at
yeah,
all. Yeah,
So
And we still don't know really how it happened.
it's well, yeah. I mean,
that's right.
I think he just drove around faster than the others, and then that was the way to make it work.
He pitted on his first pit was lap 50.
Yep,
So
Yeah.
long run. There you go.
Long run, but disqualified for an illegal rear wing size. Slot gap failed their tests. So
Yeah.
failed the FIA's test.
It was the DRS.
Passed
For the,
passed Williams' test, but then failed the FIA. So that happened in Brazil, didn't it? When
extra
we had,
flex.
Yeah. Can think of a Mercedes that a similar thing happened to in Brazil.
But anyway, so yeah, solid result from the Williams to salvage a point from that weekend. Because I thought they were going to get nothing out of that. I was like, yeah, here we go. We're going to hear all about it from Tristan, but no.
And
Albon.
obviously Albon had that crash and he qualified reasonable, but just didn't quite. Well, he's 14th.
Yep. Finished 14th.
So that's no good.
Yeah, no, that one. Well, wasn't.
Cheated, crashed, and no points.
From the back of the grid, yeah, to 10th though. Fine. Back of the grid to 14th was probably where I was expecting Sainz. So yeah, Sainz overperformed. Last one I want to talk about is Isaac Hadjar.
Oh, it was an almost.
Oh, but it was like car issue.
Yeah.
They're saying half a second a lap.
And I loved how annoyed he was by it. I love that fire in him because sometimes you're like, oh, is he just playing a bit too nice? But no, he was genuinely pissed off and was expecting more. I like it when they expect more out of these teams.
And qualified 8th, so he was,
Yeah, and was running 8th and 9th generally through the race until his issue. In fact, I think he might have been up to 7th at one point. So, yeah, it was a good result. Anyone else you want to mention?
Look, credit to Lawson because he
Yeah.
binned it twice in a big way, and then to that team to get that in quali too, because far out he ruined that right hand side. Their practice
Is it
session.
credit? Is it credit?
Yeah, I was going to say.
No, well, I mean, just the
he
turnaround.
really crashed that.
But just the turnaround,
Yeah.
like it was, it was a recovery
Yep.
that
And
needed. To
he's
happen.
another one that's sort of come around, hasn't he? Like he's gotten past the trauma of being
I
a
think
Red Bull
he's,
driver,
yeah, he's straightened up.
and now he's starting to
Yeah.
show that maybe there is a little place for him in Formula One. He's not quite showing the same as Hadjar, and this is Hadjar's first season, so I'm not sure he's quite cut for it. But anyway, he's performing okay. Franco did well for.
Well, Franco's
Alpine.
out qualified Pierre, I think, the last 2 weeks.
I
as
think
well.
Pierre though, did he get blocked or?
He had a pit lane start. They did he had a hydraulics issue.
Yeah,
came off. So
yeah,
then
it
he had a
wasn't
pit lane
wasn't
start
on Gasly, but they weren't looking any better than that anyway. I
that's
think
true.
a pit lane start was a good result for him. Let's go to All Signs 3, 2, and 1. Thanks to All Signs.
It's actually a very hard week to pick anything.
Is it?
Well, I think the 3's pretty locked in.
I'm
Not really.
comfortable. Three. I'm going to go first. I think we're going to go first. 3 to Russell. 3 points to Russell. He was legitimately just a great driver this weekend. I thought he was fantastic. I'm going to go 2 points to Carlos Sainz. 10th to back of the grid to 10th in a Williams is a great result. And I'm going to go 1 point to Hadjar because I thought Hadjar's drive was stellar, and it wasn't due to him so much. It was due to a car issue. So I think that's where my points are going. Shane?
I'm going 3 to George. Yep, you can't fault it. Mm-hmm. Very nice to see him get that Grand Slam, but obviously pitted early to cover off a few things. And
Who got the fastest lap?
well, he didn't get the fast lap in the end. Oh, I can't remember who.
Oh, yeah.
Lewis, maybe.
Yeah, it might have been Lewis on those softs before
Yeah.
things went awry. Yep.
Lewis got the side, and then I think Norris and Oscar all led a lap as well.
Yep.
2. I'm going to go 2 to Fernando.
Yep.
7th place after a huge stop.
Yep.
And 1 to Carlos.
Okay. Tristan?
I'm going to go 3 to George. I'm going to give 2 to Kimmy.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to give 1 to Fernando.
Talking about Kimmy.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Still good, but
what about Carl Sainz?
It was great.
Carl Sainz?
he's in a Williams. He
Carl
lost 10
Sainz.
points. He was
Chris,
Back at the grid to 10th.
Chris at Dr. Auto Art will have a poster for that.
probably
So he's got me covered. Don't worry about it.
We'll have a post
A
for
10th.
what?
For a 10th place.
Why do you say that?
Well, because Alex finished 7th and Shane gave him 3, and then we asked Chris to do that, and then
Yeah, right.
Carlos finished 10th, so there'll be a commemorative poster for that.
Well, it was a good result.
So was 5th and 7th, and last time I checked,
Oh, no,
and
but he was also 33
I
seconds
know we've
behind the
been
leader,
away
but
for
anyway.
a couple of weeks, but when you finish 5th and 7th, you generally do a better job than the bloke in 10th. That's just me. Look, we've had a beer, we've had 2 weeks off. I could be wrong with that.
Didn't Kimmy start 4th? No, he didn't start 4th. He did start 4th.
Before we go into duds, duds,
Should be you two at the moment.
I'm going to go with my hero of the hour.
Yes, I've got one.
Hero of the day. Lewis Capaldi. It's the way to handle a
Snob.
A garbage.
A muck-up.
it's a way to handle
pit walk.
a pit walk. I didn't see the rest of it.
Oh, it was atrocious.
I didn't see the rest of it, but
getting worse.
the way to handle that situation is to be like Lewis Capaldi and deal with the fact that first Martin gets you wrong
Yeah.
for your brother.
Yep.
Laughs about that and makes a good joke about it.
Yep.
It's not like, haha, you idiot, or anything like that, or how dare you
Yep.
not know me. It's like, no, he's my brother, and that was good. And then the miss of
The
the
miss of a
hand
handshake.
out for a handshake, shakes his own hand, and once again has a good laugh about it.
Yeah.
That is what celebrity should be. That is the people we want on the grid. Brilliant. I loved it.
Yep.
So hero of the hour is that man.
I like
Well
that.
done.
My hero of the hour is Scotty James for his little social media cameo where he stood at the side of the drivers' parade and talked about how every F1 driver waves to the crowd. Where they do this, they do a single hand wave and then a thumbs up. And he said, watch them all wave like this and thumbs up, and then videoed every single driver when they got to his point on the lap, and
love
Gasly
that.
single wave, thumbs up. George, single wave, thumbs up. And then he picked what every person was going to do. It was hilarious.
Right,
And
from now on,
I loved it.
From now on, whenever
From
I
now
see
on,
you, I want a little wave.
Single wave and a
mate.
thumbs up
It's
like
good,
that.
I like that. Well, you can imagine them having to come up with a routine
Yep.
because just waving, you can't say just doing that because it's a podcast, but just waving the whole time does get really
It was
old
like
and
when
boring.
Antonelli waved to what round were we in? I can't remember, but Lewis pulled him up and he was on the truck and he was waving, but he was waving to the trees on the other side of the track. And Lewis pulls him up. He said, "Are you waving at the trees?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I am waving." It's so good.
He wasn't watching.
It was such a funny clip. I thought it was awesome. So here's my hero of the hour. Scotty
Maybe
James.
Scotty might inherit Aston Martin.
I thought it was
that's
fantastic.
true.
I thought it was
Dan Ricciardo might get another drive.
Dan might be back at. He might be 40, but he
Jesus.
All right, who's your dud of the day?
I didn't get a hero.
Oh, sorry, you got a hero for
Yeah,
us?
Lance.
Lance. Yeah, you told your hero.
so,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. So dud of the day. Who's your dud?
Oh, dud. Oh, jeepers. I don't really think I have a dud this round, to be quite honest. I really don't. I could
You
say
got to have something happen to have a dud, don't you?
I could say the broadcast, but that's just it's as stale as bread. So no,
I've got a stale one.
Yeah.
I've got a stale one.
Yeah.
Flavio Briatore.
Oh yeah.
How's the changes going at Alpine since they've brought him in?
I haven't seen you on.
How's all that going, Alpine? Because I tell you what, you are going from trash to trash. It is getting worse and worse. It is disgusting. It is a disgusting team at the moment.
I haven't seen you on social media for a while, so I'm hoping that over the next couple of days.
No, well,
you'll pop
have
up
you
in my
noticed that they're not? Oh, we're all team again. It was only when they do that sort of crap. So, yeah, no. So, Flavio Briatore and Alpine. How's things going since all those changes you made?
Not
Yeah,
great.
you
Not
idiots.
great.
Got a dud for me?
Not really. I mean,
Yeah,
Oscar almost took my dad. I
Yeah.
thought he
Well, last
souped it up
round
a
he
bit.
was, wasn't he? We'd all be
Yeah, last
back,
round
back
would be.
here. We'd all be here.
It
Thank
just
God we had the week
souped
off.
it up a little bit too much about it, and then the apparent pulling of the microphone.
Oh, yeah, when Zach was
Zach was
congratulating.
I think that was
It's-
just yeah.
It's so hard now, isn't it, to know what's real and
Real
what's
was
not?
exactly.
It was hard to know whether he was snubbing the celebrations, but then turns out, no, he wasn't snubbing the
No, 'cause,
celebrations.
yeah, they wrote up that he wasn't there, but then when
yeah.
you actually watch the video of with them there. And then Lando actually went and said something. I would have loved to heard what he said in that
but they
case,
look like they were fine.
Yeah, so I don't really have a dud of the day because we always bag out the left side of the McLaren car.
Yep.
You know, the person on that wheel.
There's a few of the old comers have come again for a dud of the day, haven't they?
Can we get the pit crew, like your basketball would have their names on the back of their kit?
It would be nice.
Wouldn't that be good? We could see, okay, that's Johnny. Johnny is just stuffed up that wheel chain again.
That's probably why they don't do it.
Yeah, I like it because I'll tell you, I would like to identify some people.
If it's the same person just on rotation.
It'd be nice to see their families. No. Behave yourself. F1.5.
F1.5.
The
greatest championship world. 2 rounds. Now, it's sort of... It was off, and then it was on, and then it was off again.
Is it back on?
I'll tell you what, it might nearly be back on here. It might nearly be back on, and that's what makes it the greatest championship in the world. I'm not going to go through it because we know the rules. If you don't know the rules by now, come back next year and I'll tell you all the rules in round one. Or have a listen to another.
Every other episode we've done.
That's exactly right, and you'll find out where it is. All right, just my favourite way to do it, random order, and then... fourth, and then the top 3.
So are you compiling both rounds?
Yes, I have done both rounds, and fastest laps too, your favourite thing in the world. So I'll do that, so we'll go random order, 4th and then 3rd. You'll then not listen and ask me to repeat it again, and then I'll just do it again for your sake.
Excellent.
It's the thing we do. It's the thing that we do.
To it.
Colin Pinto, 39 points. In total. Liam Lawson's on 158. Bortoletto has finally broken the ton on 101. Hulkenberg, 149 points. Gasly, 135. Stroll, 119. Behrman, 159. Takes the lead over Ocon, actually, who's on 154. So that's how well Behrman's been doing in the last few rounds. 10, 10, and 18, as opposed to Ocon, which is 6, 6, and 1. So having a little bit of a
It surprised us,
there.
though, didn't it, how far up Ocon was, really?
It did, actually, yeah. So he's had a really, really shocker 3 rounds. Now, in 4th place, believe it or not, is Carlos Sainz.
Well, we believe it.
Out of absolutely nowhere.
For a season he's had... and how critical you've been of him.
So the 3 rounds prior...
He has been a spud for most of it.
He has,
turned
because
around
the 3 rounds prior have gone 1, 6, 2, and then he's had 12, 25, 15. So yes.
Oh, we missed the 25 last year.
That was his win. Yeah, 3rd. So you're right. Has been poor. In the month, in fact, leading up to that, it was actually 0. It was 0.06162.
I'll happily admit he's been poor for the year, but he's come alive.
So that's what I said. He's come through. So surprisingly, he's actually in 4th place at the moment. The great man had 2 shockers, but then has come through with a win this round, so saved himself there.
Part of his bipolar.
Part of his plan, just not working and then win. So 177. So Sainz is suddenly in it for 3rd. Now, Alex had a really, really nice lead 2 rounds ago. He come off a win. But he's had 2 poor rounds. He's gone 8-8, and he's on 278. He leads, and it's Hadjar who's in 2nd on 225. So Hadjar has had a phenomenal month. He's had 25, 15, 15, and 12. So the gap has closed again to... What's that to? That's 53 points.
With 6 races to go.
6 to go.
So he's got a 2-race lead still.
So we were kind of back on here.
No,
we're absolutely back on.
We're not even close to that.
So that's nothing. That's absolutely nothing. That's 2 rounds, 2 wins versus 2 DNFs.
It's just a couple of fast slaps.
And we're back in it. So
just a couple of faster slaps.
Yeah, a couple of faster slaps. Gasly takes a faster slap and Hadjar takes a faster slap as well. So yeah, that's where we are.
Gasly had
faster slap. Yeah, so that's where we are for F1.5 for round whatever we're up to with 6 to go.
Yeah, so what's your prediction?
I'm going to say that Hadjar's going to nick it at the end, just because you knew that was going to be my answer anyway. Don't ask me silly questions.
It was a setup.
I looked exactly what I was going to say.
What about constructors? Are we going constructors?
Oh, you could do it in constructors.
Maybe that might be a next year sort of thing.
No, but you could
we
just work it out from the 2.
If we do...
It'll be interesting to see.
We'll be interested to see that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Oh, cool.
That's a good idea, Shane. I like that.
Right. You could get a win somehow.
We'll probably move on from fantasy this week, because I haven't looked at it myself.
No.
I haven't looked at it myself, but I
that's
don't
silly.
believe I will.
That's silly. Fantasy, thanks to Chris at Dr. Auto Art. Get all your fantastic motorsport, your MotoGP, your NASCAR, all that kind of stuff that you love to get for all of those people who are in your life and, yeah, just love motorsport. Check out his Instagram, his Facebook, and his Redbubble. Subscribe to his email for all of your fantastic motorsport needs. Thanks to Chris for being a great sponsor of Fantasy. Did you know?
I wonder if he did a Murray Bridge race, Shane.
Well, we could probably show him. The video has a 20-something thousand.
I wonder if he'll do a commemorative Williams failing DRS slot cap poster for Shane. Like, kind of
that would be good.
That would be good, actually.
Oh,
to show it,
just going, oh, no.
And then a wing in the back if you're listening, Chris, which we know get around that too. It's National Forgiveness and Happiness Day. Which is nothing that our podcast is about at all whatsoever.
Very forgiving and happiness.
So if you know someone that you would like to forgive, or if you're feeling happy...
I've just seen my Azerbaijan score.
Yeah, it wasn't... But, when you
sorry,
lose Oscar...
continue on.
Yes,
I'm going to need some happiness. If you know those,
you're going to need some happiness. It's also National Frappe Day as well. So if you like frappes, that's more us. It's National Frappe Day. If you know someone who likes frappes... You need to forgive someone, or if you're feeling happy...
Frappe's a nice drink.
Get around Chris and treat them to some of his fantastic motorsport prints. Now, we're not... are we even... I don't think we're even bothering with back here, to be quite honest, because...
Let's just skip
that.
that.
We're just keeping it up to where we are. Singapore for the round. Top 10 looks a little bit like this. In first place, it is Dean Holt on 237 points. Andy Tails in second for the Singapore round on 230. Roman Merrick in third with 226. Shane, 218 points, my friend. Fantastic.
And I almost got...
You knew you were keen, didn't you?
And I almost got rid of Oscar as the double points. I almost put in George, and I wish I had it.
Well, there
anyway.
you go. You should have. What did you go? Take us through your team and your points.
So I went through... I had, obviously... Oscar for me double points.
Yep.
I had George.
Yep.
Carlos. Hadjar. Alonso. I bought in the Aston Martin.
Oh, yes.
Which was probably... I used to have the Racing Bulls. Yep. I actually got rid of Ferrari and bought in Mercedes.
Okay, that's...
So, yeah.
Constructors are struggling there a little bit, aren't they?
Well, not Mercedes.
Who have you got?
I had Mercedes and Aston. So, Mercedes, obviously winning in fifth, wasn't...
Yes, McLaren are quite good. AJ Ferguson is in 5th place on 215. I am in 6th place for the round. I had Lawson, Sainz. I took Bortoletto out and brought Sainz in, actually, so scored me 8. The great man who scored 30 points. My goodness me. Hadjar with 3, and my 2 constructors are Mercedes and McLaren. So 213 for me, which takes me out to 6th for the round. In 7th place, we've got Dino Bandini on 208, Chloe Anderson, Mark Lynch, and Zanetta. MM in 10th place on 198. Now, Jay surprisingly did well. He was in 15th on 172. Sam is in 16th on 170 points. So welcome back to Fantasy, Sam. And I'm just...
looking for Roger?
Just looking for you, mate. Just bear with me, because...
138, I think it was.
138, yeah. You absolutely stunk it up in every way, shape, and
but
form.
I've gone up in the rankings.
Yeah, because...
I've gone to 15th overall.
Obviously, people are doing worse than you.
I'm baffled by that.
Let me see. Who let you down? Williams let you down. 5 points.
I had a 38... How did Williams let me down so bad? Oh, disqualification doesn't help.
Disqualified from qualifying.
That doesn't help. I guess,
So, that doesn't help your case there. So anyway.
I would have thought they would have made up for that. Anyway.
Oh,
no, absolutely
signs in 10th, so not really.
Not really. And I think Fernando made 10 on-track overtakes, which was that's 20 points there. So he was your man for the round. Overall, and this is our competition leaders so far, Jolyon Dyer leads the way on 3,914. Dean Holt in second, 3,897. A little bit of a gap there, but it's still very much on. Third place is David Rojas, 3,852, followed by Andy Tails, Chloe Anderson, David Parsons, Dino Bandini, Nicola Taylor, Roman Merrick in 9th. I am still sitting pretty in 10th place with 3,618. And you're right, you're all the way down in 15th, mate, which is quite good. Declan Carr had a bit of a choke and has dropped down 2 spots. That's why you've gone up. So that's looking not too bad. And if we're scrolling down, looking for
I'm in
Shane,
38, but I'm moving up.
You are slowly
Little-
moving up, which is not too bad. 2,995. And then all the way down to what is really going to be our competition sort of. Sam, not doing great. He's gone up. Chris at Dr. Auto Art has actually is the reason why Sam has gone up. So come on, Chris.
He's in 49th.
49th position, which is poor.
500 points behind.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's kind of on, isn't it? Oh, you never know.
Just don't know what
you just don't know what he's going to do.
What chips he's got left either.
No, that's right. If he's paying attention, is he going to do something with his team one week?
So just let me know, with the sprint one, next one, does that mean we have to have the teams in after practice one?
I think it's something like that too, but it would be a great opportunity to use your triple DRS being a sprint next week, just saying. If you wanted to use
What's
that.
the triple D? Oh, I was going to 3 times instead of 2.
Look at you go.
Hang on, do you lose that 2 times, or do you get 3 times as well on someone else?
I think you get 3 on somebody else as well.
I think you get the
I
3
could be
on
wrong.
the 2. So yes, this triple. Look at you go, mate. Triple does mean 3 times.
I do know that.
As you put your look at you as you put your glasses on. Ooh, yes.
Yeah, no, you get a triple and a triple and a double.
And
So
a
I can
double.
keep Oscar as my double, then I can put a George or something for a triple. Oh, okay.
You could. Oscar's quite good though.
Oscar can be good.
Oscar's good at Formula One, mate.
Yeah, he's good at things.
Yeah, he's actually in front at the moment. So
He's my double point.
he races for that McLaren team I was
Yes.
telling you about just before. They're quite good too. Anyway, that is fantasy.
Don't you love it how he bagged,
He's fancy
bagged
for
it.
the
That I haven't got McLaren in, but I still beat him on the round? Oh, okay.
That's a good point.
Yeah, good point. Absolute good
I'm
point.
10th. That's
You're only as good as your last race.
That's all I need to say.
Oh, yeah.
I
Look
know
at
you
me.
two like to
Here I
reward
come.
mediocrity.
It doesn't look like Roger's going to be doing his painting, though, does it?
No. I'm clear.
That's
And
disappointing.
thank God for that. I tell you.
But do we get Tristan to do it instead?
Why?
Well, he's in the top 10.
But he's got good at it.
Then I'll be good.
Oh, yeah, he's
I'm quite good at
Yeah,
painting.
He's good at
I'm
those
quite
things.
good at
Yeah.
painting
Bit like
and
Os-
fantasy.
bit like Oscar.
Good at 2 things. Look at me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
And picking AFL teams. You're pretty good at that.
Yeah.
Any news?
Lots of news.
Excellent.
Lots of news. Lots
What
of
have we
news.
missed?
So, McLaren have parted ways with Alex Dunn, their reserve driver,
Oh, yeah,
which was
I said that.
effective immediately last round. So the whispers...
It was not confirmed yet. I thought it was confirmed.
No, it hasn't been confirmed, but the whispers around the reason why he is exited McLaren is that he is expected to take up the second RB seat, so not be the lead driver. So they're expected to take him.
You get the second one.
The second RB
I thought
seat.
there was only just 2 seats.
Well,
and
if you
they're
look
both
at
the same.
RB, you'd say that Hadjar's the lead driver and Lawson's second. That's how I'd read it.
I think there's
That
just
makes
2
sense.
seats. Yep.
Anyway, so he'll take up the RB seat. An offer has been put to him. No confirmation of that yet. And then Arvid Limbad, which was actually the news about a month ago, that there were rumours circulating that he was going to come out of F2 and be promoted as well. So that means that at the moment there are 3 seats and there are 4 drivers, and that someone being probably Yuki, is going to...
Yuki and Lawson, probably.
Yeah, it looks like Yuki and Lawson are going to miss out on those. So the mail on that is, and the news out of that is that Hadjar will go to racing...
To Red Bull.
To Red Bull. Hadjar will go to Red Bull. The 2 new guys will come into RB, and then that sort of leaves Lawson in no man's land at the moment.
I think it's a good move.
I think
it's a good move on their behalf. I mean, you always worry about putting Hadjar into the racing seat alongside. But there's now like there's a community of support around those people who come out of that seat, and
It's like an AA meeting.
yeah, we've seen drivers adopted. We've seen Gasly go on and have a profitable and
Albon.
Yeah, Albon has had a great career. So yes, well, not as much, not as much. Jean-Marc Verne, yeah,
No, he didn't get the Red Bull. No.
But yeah, so yeah, I think that's a good move. Is there this Limbad has been talked about?
Limbad, yep.
Yeah, he's been talked about for a little while, and has been the one that they've wanted.
Yep.
It's just they've had to try and go to him a little bit sooner than what they wanted to originally. I think, but
That's fair.
Yeah.
So that's the talk there. Over the break, the week that we had off.
Yuki Tsunoda go somewhere else before we move on, if this is the case.
Yeah, I think he'll go to Aston, because if Fernando's going to go and then they've got that link with Honda, he'll be there.
I can guarantee you there is no way that Yuki Tsunoda will be a race driver.
No, I agree with you
Honda.
There. I don't think he'll be. I think he'll be their reserve and development driver there. Yes,
he might be that. I don't know if he's. Yeah, I mean the possibility of more seats opening up, I think, is important for Formula One.
Yep.
But yeah, it's. I don't know that there'll be another spot for him next year. I think he's dropping out of the seat at the wrong time.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see whether Ocon survives. I think it might be Haas's time to move him on, considering what Behrman's starting to show. I think he's been proven to be not quite up for the task, but you never quite know what they're up to, do you?
No, that's exactly right too. Romain Grosjean stepped back into a Formula One car for the first time with Haas over the break as well.
Did he?
Yeah, just doing a little bit of show running in that in the Haas as well over there in America. And then Max doing amazing things, went and took on the GT3 in the Nürburgring Nordschleife for the very first time and won. Can you believe it or not? And just rolled in, and he raced with... I actually can't remember. I don't know the name of the guy that he raced with.
I looked at their lap time. Yeah. It's quite interesting.
But he went up and he turned up. He ended up qualifying third, I think it was, in the Nordschleife, and then pulled out a 1 minute lead. Took the lead into the first turn, I think it was. And he was on his merry way in the GT3. And then, took a 1 minute lead, put his co-driver in, which is one of his sim racing friends, or part of his iRacing, invited him along, and just around they went, and then they won the 24-hour of the Nordschleife in the GT3. So
24?
Was it 24?
I think it was 24.
No,
I think it was
16, 6 hour,
There was a bigger World Endurance
Sorry, there was
race
a bigger one there. Sorry, beforehand, a couple of weeks ago.
It was on the same weekend.
It was like a Div 3 race.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So anyway,
still impressive.
Very.
But I tell you what, I think it's an unreal thing that he's done, that he's gone to another category and turned up with his car and his team, and the attention and the attraction to a lower category. I think he's done wonders for... Just as wonders for GT racing
and Ferrari.
Yeah, because I tuned in for the first time, and the cameras and the media and the attention on his garage. But the knock-on effect of that is that all these other drivers who were just chipping away in these other events and enduro categories, suddenly they were, they're in the limelight for the first time across world motorsport. And I think having someone like him go and do that while he's doing it, because it's, let's be honest, it's a hobby now, just winning stuff, isn't it? He's
collecting trophies.
Collecting trophies because he wants to. But
it was funny watching all the drivers get selfies with him. It delayed things because they all wanted to...
such a good thing for other categories to see these guys doing that. So good on him for doing that.
I hadn't considered that. You're very right. I do like that a lot.
I mean, I tuned in for the first time. I wouldn't even cross my mind to turn into
back in the day, they used to... There was the World Championship, but then there was the Australian Grand Prix, which mightn't have been part of the World Championship, and drivers used to take their cars over to Australia and race.
Calder Park, I think it was the last one. Roberto Moreno.
There was one in... I remember it was on a family holiday. We went to Tassie, to this remote town in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
And they had remnants of this old racetrack through a city, and you can still, I remember seeing it where they had some bits and pieces still there.
Phillip Island still has corners named out on around the island where they used to run it.
Yep. And so that used to be an element, and I'm with you. It would be great to see them go and do a few other things like that. Imagine having a Formula One driver turn up to Bathurst for the weekend.
I know, it'd be brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And last but not least, the F1 exhibition is here in Melbourne, fellas, which I'm so excited. November 29th.
What's the exhibition?
So Grosjean's burnt chassis will be there, and this is the exhibition that's been touring Europe and the world, where it has just a collection of all these wonderful things. So there's 7 exhibition rooms. You've got the pit wall, once upon a time in Formula One, the design lab, drivers and jewels throughout history, revolutionary designs, a survival shell of Grosjean's, which is actually there. That's the centerpiece of the exhibition, and lots more things. So that is happening in Melbourne. How long? Apparently it's like 90 minutes to go through.
Sorry, how long is it going to be?
I don't know. It opens November 29th at the Melbourne Exhibition Centre. So about $45 it'll cost you to get on down, which is...
We should go.
I was going to say, we should go together and have a look. But, it's... I don't know how long it's on for. Oh, no. Yeah. No, it goes till Sunday, the 19th of April.
Cool. Also, it will be still about when you get to...
It will still be... Am I right in saying that? I don't know.
That's a long time.
No, there's lots of dates here.
Okay.
Exhibition. Yeah, no, Sunday the 19th of April, 2026. That is when it is. That is when it
goes. We'll have to make sure we go.
Loads and loads of time. So 29th of November it opens. If you want to grab your tickets, that'd be awesome.
Outstanding. That sounds really good.
Bathurst is on this weekend.
Is it really?
What is your...
This weekend?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
what's your Bathurst routine look like, Shane?
Well,
sorry, for those people around the world, I think most people are across what Bathurst is, but Bathurst is used to be Australian Touring Car Championship. What do they call it now?
The Supercars.
Used to call it the V8 Supercars, now it's just called the Supercars.
Yep.
The Supercar Championship, which is the premier racing category in Australia. It's quite sort of lost its way. There used to be lots of rivalry and but
rivalry's dulled down now that Holden's closed.
It has, but Bathurst certainly hasn't died down, that's for sure. And so Bathurst is how long does it run for in the end?
It's usually 6 hours.
6
just under
hours,
5.5, 6 hours.
Yep, up over Mount
Panorama.
I was going to say Mount Bathurst, Mount Panorama, and
Mount Bathurst. You idiot.
But it is quite spectacular, and it's a good endurance race. I don't know if it's I sort of feel like sometimes they could lengthen it now. It doesn't feel like
1,000 k's is too short.
A little bit, yeah. I honestly do think that. So it feels like it's a real sprint the whole way.
Well, the problem nowadays it's just so many safety cars that really it's just down to the end as a sprint race.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to get lapped.
Yep. But and also cars are just so much more. Highly tuned, and they just seem to get through it a bit better. But so it's a great race. But because it goes for so long, I mean, I remember it starting a lot earlier than what it starts these days.
The coverage,
I think it's like 11 till 5.
Whereas I remember it starting quite early in the past.
They're a bit slower.
But so what's your Bathurst routine look like?
Well, this year Bathurst routine is actually scuttled. It's my dad's 70th birthday weekend in Bright,
and you're not feeling so well. That's no good.
Hi, Dad. So I would get shot, probably just because I don't have the grandkids there. His grandkids, not mine.
Yep.
Don't know if I've got any of those. No, so I don't know what I'll actually be doing, and I won't obviously be able to...
What's a typical routine look like?
You just get up and watch it.
Do you sit and watch?
You might not watch the whole time. There was once where I had a procedure and I couldn't get off the couch that weekend, and that was fantastic because Kylie just had to do everything for me.
I remember as a kid, I used to go to Bathurst parties with Dad. Like, he was part of car clubs and stuff, and so, but you'd roll in and you'd have a barbecue, and Bathurst would be going, and all the blokes were sitting around, and you'd sort of come and go and play with the other kids and stuff. But no, I don't typically do that anymore. If anyone wants to come around, we can do that.
The father-in-law.
No, I'm away actually.
The father-in-law actually used to black out all the windows because he used to race production cars, and he'd black out it. And my wife tells me, as a kid, the memory of you weren't allowed to talk. He blacked out the windows so that you could see the TV better, and just watched it the whole time.
Yeah, just loved it. What about you, Tristan?
I'm sort of like, I'll turn it on and then I'll leave it on the TV,
and you just come
in
and
the
go.
Background. It kind of like cricket.
Come and go. through the day.
It'll be on. I appreciate the noise. The little man appreciates the racing cars at the moment.
Yeah.
So he'll wonder who drives them. He'll want to know where Oscar's is. He'll want to know where George's is. I bought him got a little Hot Wheels of the Mercedes, and he's like, "Dad, whose is that?" Oh, that's George Russell's. And then when we watch the qualifying, whatever, and they say George Russell, he shouts. It's like, "Oh my God, George Russell!" So we love Oscar, and he loves George. He loves George actually. So it'll just be on in the background, and then we'll watch a little bit, and then we'll, I don't know, go outside, and then I'll come back in. It's sort of the type of thing that I'll sit down for the last half an hour and just watch.
Yeah, generally the last hour.
I'll commit myself to that.
I'd start to pay, like you sort of follow, but I start to pay more attention as the race goes on.
Yeah.
Like within 2 hours, I sort of want to get a bit of an understanding as to where everyone's sort of
it's very similar
starting to fall out. And then with an hour to go, I'll generally try and be in the same space as the TV. And then
first hour I'll commit to as well. I really like watching the start. And even with like that Liquid Molly 8 hours of Bathurst or whatever it is with the GT, I'm the same. Commit to the first, commit to the last, and then just browse throughout the day.
And qualifying's quite good.
I top 10 shootout.
The top 10 shootout is quite enjoyable, isn't it? They do that well.
Other than that, I'm sort of more it's a background noise sort of thing for me.
Yep.
I'm trying to find the last F1 driver to race Bathurst. Larry Perkins pops up because he obviously raced a little bit of F1, and
could you classify Lowndes as well for that time where he tested?
Did he? No, Lowndes didn't actually get a test.
No, he was with Montoya. He was
Montoya in F3000. He didn't get.
Yeah, that's right.
James Courtney drove test. He did test a Jaguar. Yeah. Michael Schumacher saved his life. Almost could be credited with saving James Courtney's life in a crash in testing. But no, I'm trying to find an actual active driver. Yeah, Larry Perkins comes up, but yeah.
I would have thought someone would have talked Ricardo into it by now. Ricardo just doesn't seem to be wanting to race anything.
No, I know
anymore,
there was that time where Valtteri toyed with the idea of doing it, just as a bit of a one-off, but yeah.
Yep. But yeah, so it's interesting. Who's your tip for Austin? 2 weeks ago.
No, I want to say Oscar. I really want him to find his form and get his mojo back.
He needs a win.
Yeah,
I don't think we've had a point in the year where we've said that he must win. I feel like he
doesn't have to win, but it would be nice for all of us.
Yeah,
I don't think he must. I think you can lose 3 points a race from here, and things are still under control.
But it wins 7 points.
Yeah,
first, second.
I just think he needs one now, just to give himself a breath.
Yep.
And that was the annoying thing about the weekend. You got excited. I got a little bit excited. He's still out qualified land. I thought he might pick up 3 points.
Yeah. Yep.
And instead he's lost.
I think Max will win.
You do?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
yep.
No, I'm going back to the McLarens, and I'm going to say Oscar.
Yeah, I'm with Oscar. Love it. Love the track. Love the race weekend. It's what is this? It's because it's sprint race weekend. I think actually there's a qualifying session at maybe 8 a.m. on Saturday.
That's all right.
There's a race on Monday at 6 a.m., which is a bit of a challenge, isn't it, sometimes?
Yeah, that's great. I'll tell you one...
but being a sprint race weekend, there's also, I think there's a 4 a.m. period and stuff like that.
Too. If anyone knows, this is one question I've always had about Circuit of the Americas. I can't find it anywhere, but if anyone out there listening knows, I want to know the size of the American flag that goes across that, because it is... Some of the most spectacular photography comes when a car is over the crest and then the flag. So if you know, or if you can direct me to where it is, I legitimately would like to know the size of that American flag.
Boys, you do realise that sprint qualifying, we'll be racing that day ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll be actually in the car for practice 1.
What time?
So 4:30 in the morning is practice 1.
We might need to set a TV out.
Sprints qualifying we did do that at
Are we staying?
I don't know yet. Sprint qualifying at 8:30 on the Saturday morning.
So that's going to be happening just before we start.
Yes.
Oh.
So...
Might need to
have you made any pit requests, Tristan? You might need to make a
I
request.
might have to, and we'll set a television.
We set a television up at Murray Bridge.
We
had the footy on for a very short time.
We had footy going for most of it, and then footy and
started losing.
And we had some qualifying on, didn't we? It's a bit hard to watch the qualifying actually there. Well, there you go. Okay, we'll have our work cut out for us. That's for sure. Very good. Well, until then, gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. There isn't a fan frenzy this week.
No, sorry.
Yeah,
sorry. Totally slipped my mind. So sorry to everyone. I'll get one out.
And I think Paul Cook actually had a crack at you last time about the timing.
Don't do that. Well, don't do that, Paul.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot.
That's very.
Yep. But yeah, until then, goodbye now.